Jaime Ibarra. Hi, Jaime.
Hi.
One of the things that I absolutely love about your work, there's so many things, but one of them is you have a very unique way of representing women in their strength and their beauty and their grace. And you never fail. You just never fail to really hit the mark this way. How does that happen? What is that about for you?
I just kind of this is how when I imagine if I think of a woman in my head, it could be any woman. I just see them as being powerful, and I don't mean powerful in a flaming sword and I will go tame a dragon kind of a way. I just think of them as just a powerful presence, and just a powerful part of life. But it's like the power for me, I guess, in the photography is the way that I'm inspired, you know. And I almost like being a little bit intimidated by the women that I photograph. And you've seen a few of them, you've met a few of them, and
they're a feisty bunch.
Well, I mean, but they're so. I can't even describe. I don't even know if it needs to be described. I don't know. It's just their presence is so just wow. It's just like full on, you know. There's a little line from a Rumi poem, and then it's the last bit of it where he says that it's in your beauty. I learned how to make poems, and I've always thought it. I was like, yeah, because it inspires me to take. It inspires me to write music. It inspires me to take photos. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it, but that's what inspires me. And the last little bit of that Rumi poem, he says, is you dance inside my chest where no one sees you, but sometimes I do. And the part I love, he says, and that sight becomes this art, and that is, for me, that's what women are.
Wow.
Or at least the ones that I choose to photograph. You know.
That is amazing.
It's just an ineffable, overwhelming thing with me. I can't explain it.
Your art, your photography, pretty much explains it. I know that in the course of photographing, I've heard you talk a lot about connection. When I see that word anymore now, I connect it with you. How important is that? Like, how does that work for you? Connection related.
It's mandatory. There has to be there. If the connection's not there, I won't even pick up the camera because I'm kind of wasting my time. I'm wasting the 1/10 of a calorie it would take to press the shutter button if that connection's not there, because there has to be something more than just that person there. I mean, that's just specific to my parameters and what I'm trying to photograph when I'm making a photograph. There has to be a connection there. I like if someone that you've never met before, and like when you walk up to someone at an elevator and the other person's waiting for the elevator, and you look at each other and you do this little thing, that little smile. There's nothing behind that at all. There's nothing. It's completely empty. And I kind of look at it like, you know, okay, smile. Guess what? That's going to be the same thing. But if you are connected with the person in front of your camera, and you know, I don't ask them to smile. I will talk about something, and it's like my job to elicit that smile from them. I never say, okay, act this way or appear this way or do that. That's my job. And you only get to do that if you've connected with that person, just plain and simple.
Given that, then, like on a shoot, for instance, like let's say you have an hour to shoot somebody,
right,
and you've never met them before, how much time do you spend, I mean, connecting and talking or doing whatever you do versus shooting?
At least half of the time that I have to spend with them in total. If I have an hour to shoot with someone, I'll spend at least 30 minutes of that time just talking with them. I've even cut it so close where I'll out of a 30-minute shoot with a celebrity that I've just really hoping to get to photograph one day, and when I finally got to do it, I had 30 minutes to photograph her. I spent almost 25 of those 30 minutes just talking to her. I didn't even pick up the camera. But you know what, though? It's like those photos, they came out really, really nice, and I don't think they would have looked that way had I just gone, hi, I'm having a good, let's go over here, shoot, and just like taking 50 million, taking the spray and pray approach, where you take a jabillion shots and you just hope that one of them comes out nice, but you're relying on chance and you're relying on numbers and odds to get that to happen, where you're better spending your time connecting. Understand your mission there first, and then hone in on that. And once you connect, and the photos they pretty much take themselves, I think. Mm-hmm. That's my take on it anyway.
No, I think that's very wise, and I've, at least from observation and from shooting that I've done, that is where you create your magic, is in the connection. There's another thing that I connect with you, and that's music, photography and music. For me, now that I know you, will forever be married with, Jaime Ibarra. So,
they come from the same place. I can assure you of that. And I tell people a lot that I've been a musician way longer than I've been a photographer.
That surprises most people. That really surprised me when I learned it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it was just inevitable. That I think if I had started as a photographer rather than starting as a musician, if I'd started off with photography, I would have found music eventually. Because there's a other side of things inside of me that connection. It came full circle, to bring the visual and the music together, and that's because of something I think you're going to ask me about in a second here, and that has a lot to do with it. But I won't spoil the punchline. So. Yeah.
Well, that the question I'm going to ask is, you have something called synesthesia.
Yes, I do, and just for people that don't know what that was, just like I didn't know what it was, when I found out that's what I had never even heard of it. But synesthesia is technically a neurological condition in which there's a wire crossed between two of your senses, and one of your senses will trigger another one in a otherwise completely unrelated way. But some people can smell numbers, or some people can. Like me, in my case, I actually hear colors. So I can hear them. It's almost like a musical tone. So the lines, that I can draw between music and photography and art and color and just about anything creative in my life, they originate and end. It's just a big back and forth, and they're all connected. In my head, there's no separation between color and sound. That's just the way it is. So I'm always trying to find a way to create some harmony between those things. Because if you don't try to tame it, it can become like a cacophony in your head.
Right.
So.
Well, and it's unique here at Little Galleries that we're presenting your work, your photography, with music, with your music.
No, I so love that you're doing that too. That was like the music that I compose and the music that you're using. That was, to me, that's what my photography sounds like. It's the same key, it's the same modes. There's so much that the two things have in common. But the things that I can hear in photography, those things aren't evident to somebody else. But it's cool that with you using the music in there. I was so appreciative that you were doing that, because to me it's like, yeah, because they do come from the same place.
Yeah, it's so obvious, and it's just so wonderful, and I'm so excited that people are going to get to see this and hear it and see it and feel it, because you deserve that, and we are very, very grateful that you agreed to have your work represented. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure, I assure you. So.
Well, we will be seeing you in Little Galleries, and we'll be seeing you behind the lens. Thank you, Jaime.
Thank you, Karen.
Bye.
Bye.